What's up, YouTube? Sorry it's been so long. I've been trying to work on a few different things, trying to keep momentum going. I guess I got caught under it a little bit. But I think time's up. We're still under lockdown, quarantine, staying home to do our part, flatten the curve, saving lives, all the other initiatives that one wouldn't want to reasonably be against in any literal sense. If these are reasonable expectations that we are actually verifiably pursuing and achieving, I would suggest that for these things to be verifiable will, unlike it's hoped, they'll become increasingly difficult as time goes on. Whereas normally hindsight's 20/20, it becomes easier to collect and review data after the fact. Some facts are ones for which the data might first present itself in a manner that's less than ideal, and then as time goes on, the acuity of that data, or any data, declines. My gut tells me that that's what we're facing. We're facing that property with this issue at hand. That opinion will continue to remain divided among mostly superficial, political, and personality-driven lines. When the experiment first began, it was a decision on the basis of an understanding that it was to be for a 2-week duration. And while many of us welcomed a 2-week break from life as we knew it, we didn't really give much thought as to the certainty of the end date. Nor does it seem likely that those who were setting policy really gave serious thought to it either, or the manner in which the execution of demarcating that end would be performed. What we do know, however, is that the data began poor, continues to be poor. In fact, depending on whom you ask, people focus on completely different sets of data, find different meaning in that data. I'm not the only one to say this, but I would suggest that most people, when faced with a new piece of data or a visualization, they'll simply assume it to be frivolous, maybe not even worth them looking at. So given the questionable nature of the data, the models, the inconsistencies in responses, and types of responses, and the methods used by different places, different countries, and the impossibility of trying to compare, extrapolate through those differences, which are innumerable. In spite of all that, we have similarities in cases and fatalities in all but the hot zones. It would seem reasonable to suggest that reevaluating previous decisions is the next step. The problem with that, of course, is that governments don't make mistakes. They can't make mistakes. It's not really something governments do. Governments have initiatives, like God's work. The verification of these initiatives, of the work in pursuit of those initiatives, is mostly a bit of an internal shoulder patting. I had some experience in this. We're not going to soon see an indication from any government representative that previous decisions may have been made hastily or with too much weight of force. In fact, we're beginning to see a clampdown on dissent on the basis that misinformation can be harmful. You don't say. I suppose everything is already known about this strange new virus. So we really should have to have open and creative discussions, especially not creative discussions about it. So I think we need to make a decision. You need to decide. I need to decide. You and me, we all need to decide about whether or not we want to live a life where we have a voice. Do you think you have a voice worth being heard? Well, do you?